javelins, freelancers, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another update from Anthem Universe. I am one of your hosts, Ogaz, and today I just want to talk about the current state of Anthem and this I Believe in Anthem campaign that seems to be feeding through your socials and perhaps what you're seeing in some websites over the last few days. Importantly, there's been a bit of a campaign surge, if you will, from the community, and that community is being backed up by other communities. Started by Phaedron originally on Twitter, freelancer Phaedron shouted out a tweet and included the hashtag IBelieveinAnthem, which was pretty pertinent because it took off, and we've been retweeting and sharing that hashtag now for a number of days on the Anthem Universe Twitter as well. The reality is that we're getting support from community on the back of information that BioWare were having conversations with EA in regards to the continuation of Anthem. At this point, we still do not honestly know whether this game will continue, and we still do not know what Anthem will look like in the future. What we do know is that there are talks happening, and those conversations are ongoing in regards to whether or not Anthem will continue, or whether or not Anthem in fact will see the iteration of what we've commonly referred to as Anthem Next. The good news is that there's been some good response from BioWare. You might think, well, what engagement, what possible difference could popular community tweets and communications and hashtags make? And I would argue that I would agree with you on that point. I don't know what impact they will have. That said, it is very clear that BioWare have seen it. John Warner recently tweeted out a little tweet there and said we're watching, and showed appreciation for the Anthem love that's recently been a resurgence. And of course, Evan Bell, who now heads up, he's the technical director for Anthem now, once Christian Daly moved on to take care of Dragon Age, has also shown that he is reading and interested. That's about all we have publicly, however. That's sort of where it starts to end. So that pulls us back to the idea, well, what's the decision? What's the process? And I think it's going to be obviously two variables that we know true well as gamers. Number one, the engagement in terms of player base, and number two, the revenue that the seasonal and feature stores have drawn or are drawing at the moment. Given recent activities and the lack of Anthem news, I would be pretty consistently fair in saying that Anthem player base was well down. If you had played over the last few months, I'm in Oceania, so sometimes I even have it worse. I certainly noticed very few times was I grouped up with more than one freelancer at a time. That said, in the last week, I have noticed in all random matches that I've engaged in, I have been with three or two other freelancers at all times. So that is showing that the surge in popularity and the interest in I Believe in Anthem is certainly driving the player base. So if you love Anthem and you enjoyed the gameplay loop, you enjoyed the mechanics and the flight model, and you're missing it a little bit, now would be the time. Now would be definitely the time to jump in, have a play, enjoy yourself. I will say that with a caveat. The frustrations that you are aware of and familiar with are still there. So make no mistake, the I Believe in Anthem campaign and the recent conversations that have been going on at BioWare have not changed significantly on Anthem. It remains in the same state it was at version 1.70, I think was the last version. I'll have to check that one, I'll check that. But 1.70 I think was the last version. And we still have the similar challenges in the past. Loading times are still a bit of an issue. They were improved, to be fair. We still have some challenges with that break, how you have to break from the gameplay routine, fall back to the point screen, fall back to Tarsus. They did include some shortcut little indicators to allow you to get back into the action quicker, but we are still in this space, this awkward space where Fort Tarsus is here and the game is here. And I still find that disconnect of the hub and the systems, which, by the way, Christian Daly talked about as being things that were going to be worked on and were being worked on for the Anthem Next project. Whether or not that becomes, we do not know, as I say, but we can only hope for now. You can expect the usual stuff in Anthem for the meantime. The usual things are still there. Campaign, legendary missions, free play. The Cataclysm seasonal event is still active, by the way. That's kind of odd, I suppose, considering it was meant to be a seasonal event. But that is kind of there. Strongholds, of course, and the quick play missions, which I've talked about before, which are definitely getting some action right now. Strongholds, again, a little bit of activity I've seen this week. Again, that's on the Oceania servers and in Southeast Asia. I'm sure in Europe and America, and particularly in the US, you guys will probably fare better with some of the surgence that I'm seeing with the interest in Anthem right now. It's very exciting. That said, that's all we have. That's all we have. Will Anthem continue? Will Anthem survive? What will become? We do not know at this stage. But as I say, there is some fun games being played. There are freelancers getting out there in the community. Jump on the Twitter. Check us out at Anthem Universe. Share your javelins. Share your fashions. Tweet at BioWare. Tweet out at EA. Let them know with the hashtag that we are still here. We're still interested in playing Anthem. And we desperately want to see a new iteration. We want to see Anthem next. We want to see the potential that Christian Daly and the team promised, or not promised, but presented is probably a better word, back in 2020. We really would love to see that project resume, and hopefully we'll get some more news in the interim. I'm going to leave it there, guys. So freelancers, thank you for joining us for this quick update. Again, jump in, have some time, enjoy the game, enjoy Anthem as you knew it. It still is fun. It still comes with the good and the bad that I mentioned, and the frustrations that sometimes go with it, but it still remains a very enjoyable flight action RPG. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you for joining us. I am Ogaz for Anthem Universe, and we'll see you next time.